Hello team players! Welcome to the first build of Monster Mash. Today is the Headless Knight, a commander build. Let's dive in. For our tactics, obviously Strike Hard is very good. Allows an extra attack for allies. That's one you should always take. Got to Me allows allies to get better movement and come together for a big attack, which for this party is kind of important. Defensive Retreat can really help spellcasters that are stuck in melee combat, which we'll have some spellcasters in this party that will definitely want to take advantage of that. And Tactical Takedown allows allies to move and possibly knock enemies prone. And the commander can follow this tactic, making it pretty good. For Ancestry, we're going with the Orc, and we're taking the Damfear Versatile Heritage. First, Orc will give us access to a ton of survivability feats, which will help us because Headless Horsemen were going to be hard to kill. And Damfear will just make this even more Halloween themed than it already is. As for our first Ancestry feat, we got to lean into that survivability, so we'll be taking Orc Ferocity. Stay up for longer. Pretty good. For our attributes, Strength is our most important. We need to do good damage here. Constitution is also pretty good, so we have some good HP. We will need some intelligence, because some commander abilities do require it, but they're not near as important for this build as they are for other commander builds. We're also going to need charisma, because come on, this is a Halloween build. Of course we're going to be intimidating foes. After all, fear is what Halloween is all about. As for skills, like I said, intimidation is a big part of this build, and we're going to need athletics for when we can't be riding around on our animal companion. Stealth is also important, as well as recall knowledge skills, particularly the intelligence-based ones. For our class feat, we're going with Commander's Companion. We can't be a knight without having something to ride into combat on. This will give us a ton more mobility, and our companion can follow our tactics, which is honestly pretty darn great. At level 2, we're going to need our Ghost dedication, because we can't become headless without being a ghost. We gain a lot of things from the Ghost archetype, which I'm not going to go over here, but I did cover them in my Ghost archetype video right here in the card. At level 3, we're taking Toughness, because come on, more hit points is always good. At level 4, we're going to take Headless Haunt. It's very useful for looking around, but otherwise, this is just a prerequisite. Plain and simple. For our level 5 Ancestry feat, we're going with Undead Companion. After all, we're Headless Horsemen. It only makes sense for us to ride around on an Undead Companion, because that'll just make this build even more Halloween themed. And our Animal Companion now has negative healing, which means it heals from harm spells just like us. It otherwise works the same, so there's really no reason not to take this. At level 6, we'll take Battle Tested Companion. So our animal companion is now a mature animal companion, and our banner's aura is 10 feet greater when it's on our animal companion. A bigger animal companion is always pretty good, and of course, bigger aura means more creatures are affected by it. At level 7, you could take Die Hard if you think you need it, or you can take something else. Really doesn't matter, but depends on your campaign. But I would recommend you take Die Hard if you think you're going to need it. At this level, we also get 2 more tactics. And Demoralizing in Charge is insane in this build, because while it does have the Brandish trait, meaning we can't follow it, our animal companion can. And if we're riding it, that means we get to move too. The rest doesn't apply to us, but it does apply to our animal companion, making Demoralizing Charge even more insane here. As our animal companion can strike and possibly frighten enemies, and then we and everybody else can take advantage of the lower AC from Frightened. Our other tactic is going to be Slip and Sizzle, which is great for our spellcasters and our rogue. This does not have the Brandish trait, which means we can trip if we want. So we trip them, which gives off guard to the rogue, which I'll cover later, and then a spellcaster gets to fire up a damage spell, also against an off guard opponent. Moving on to level 8, we need Ghostly Grasp. We need to be able to trip and grapple opponents, especially for that Slip and Sizzle tactic, since the trip is a pretty vital part of that. So Ghostly Grasp is a pretty important feat here. At level 9, we'll be taking Undying Ferocity, which makes our Orc Ferocity even better. We now gain temporary hit points when we use Orc Ferocity, making our Headless Knight even more difficult to take down. And at level 10, we'll take Drilled Reflexes. Now we can give an extra reaction to a second ally rather than just one. So essentially, 3 of our allies can now use a reaction to follow our tactics. Our animal companion and 2 other squad mates. For level 11, we're taking incredible initiative so we can get our tactics up right away. That's pretty basic for any commander. At level 12, we're going to take battle-hardened companion. So now our animal companion gets an action even if we don't command it, and it gets an extra reaction to follow our tactics. So essentially our animal companion gets 2 actions now, even if we don't command it, and 3 if we do command it. Then at level 13, we're going to take Incredible Ferocity. This lets us use our Orc Ferocity even more, making it even harder to take us down. And at level 14, we're going to take Fling Head, the new ghost feat. We can fling our head at an enemy to make them frightened, and we can affect 1 enemy per action we take. And we can take up to 3 actions on this. We can make them up to frightened 3 if they critically fail in this save, which is pretty nice. And finally, for this video, at level 15, we're going to take Canny Acumen, as Fortitude is our lowest save, so we definitely need to up that. For tactics, we're going to take Ready, Aim, Fire, because we have got 2 spellcasters on this party, and that'll let them use damage cantrips when it's not their turn, which is amazing. We're also going to take Roaring Charge, so that all allies in our banner's aura can stride up to twice their speed towards an enemy. And if they come within 10 feet of any enemy, that enemy might be frightened depending on their will saving throw. This does not have the brandish trait, so we can take advantage of this. And even if we couldn't, remember, we're going to be riding around on our animal companion. So our animal companion can definitely do this as well. So effectively, any enemy that's near us when we're riding our animal companion has to save twice, which is freaking awesome. For free archetype, I recommend the Ghost for more ghost feats, Fire to help even more with attacking, same with the Barbarian. If you're looking to heal yourself, you want to go Cleric so you have access to harm spells. And finally, I do recommend the Marshal to help allies even more with this build. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and you can absolutely tear my build apart. I'm not perfect. So yeah, let me know what you think of the build, either here or on my Discord server. You also want to stay tuned for more Monster Mash, either here or on 20-Sided Adventures channel. You can also check out my Patreon page if you want a path builder for this build or Monster Mash videos early. Links to all those are in the description. And if you want to learn more about the Ghost Archetype, you can check out the video on screen. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, teamwork is vital. It helps us solve problems.